Hello and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we will learn about alerts, one of the knowledge objects. And this video will go in the playlist of knowledge objects. And we will cover theoretical part in this video since many terminologies are there which we should understand before we do practical. Correct? And let's begin with the today's topic. In general, what an alert means. Alert is an attitude of vigilance, readiness, or caution as before an expected attack. In simple words, to warn, to prepare for action against some potential attack or threat. Now let's try to understand what an alert means in Splunk. Splunk alerts are actions which get triggered when a specific criterion is met, which is defined by the user. When alert activate, we can use the warning actions to respond. It is used to monitor specific events and respond to them, and it includes facts, instructions, and warning action scenarios for use. Now, what a Splunk alert includes? It includes a saved search, alert type, trigger condition, and alert actions. Let's try to understand these one by one. First is saved search. We will start by searching for the events that we wish to track and then saving that search as an alert, like we do in other knowledge objects. Like when we create event type, then we just do a search, then we save it as a event type. Similarly, you will do your search whatever is the requirement, and then you will save it as an alert. That's very simple. Now second is alert type. Set the type of alert to configure how often the search will run. We can either use a scheduled alert to check for the events regularly, or we can use a real-time alert for continuous monitoring of events. As per your requirement, you can either set your alert as a scheduled alert or real-time alert. Fine. Now third is trigger condition. The trigger condition checks for the criteria mentioned in the trigger and sets off the alert only when the alert criteria is met. You can define number of results or number of sources or number of hosts in the search result to trigger the alert. If it is set for once, it will execute only once when the result condition is met. But if it is set for each result, then it will run for every row in the result set where the trigger condition is met. When we'll do the practical, you will understand these things more. I just want you to understand the terminology. What is trigger condition? Fine. Now next is alert actions. Alert action means what happens in the Splunk environment when the alert triggers. Fine. When alert triggers, what should be done, how everybody will be notified, or how you want to use that alert. That is what we will specify in alert actions. When an alert triggers, one or more alert actions may be initialized. An alert action can notify us of a triggered alert and can help us get started to respond. You can enable one or more alert actions, and let's learn about the available actions. First one is sending email. Sending email notifications when alert trigger. This is email notification action. Mostly this one is used. The desired team will get the email notification that this thing has happened in the system. Fine. And then second one is displaying a message in a chat room or updating another web resource. For this, we have use a webhook alert action. This is also most commonly used alert action. We'll understand these more when we do practical, so don't worry. I just want you to know that these actions are available in the Splunk. Fine. And then third one is writing the results of the triggered alert or scheduled report to a CSV lookup file. For this, we have output results to a CSV lookup. Fine. The next one is logging and indexing searchable alert events. For this, we have log events. You can log them. Next is adding an alert to a list of recently triggered alerts for monitoring. Maybe you have monitoring teams and you want to add this alert, whatever alert is happened, you just want to add that alert to the recently triggered alerts for monitoring purpose. For this, we have monitor triggered alerts, and then sending an alert to Splunk mobile users. For this, we have send alerts and dashboards to Splunk mobile users. Okay. Earlier, there was one more action available called the script alert action, which is deprecated now. And as an alternative, you can define customized actions that can include scripts. This is also most commonly used alert action. For this, you can customize your action as per your requirement. Mostly, people do scripts here. Okay. Now how now we understood the terminologies like actions available in the Splunk. So before we learn how to create an alert in Splunk, we should also know what type of alert you want to create. We discussed at the beginning that two types of alerts can be created. One is scheduled and other is real time, right? Let's discuss them in depth one by one. Let's start with the scheduled alerts. As the name says, the search will run as per some schedule. You will pick from the timing option available or use a cron expression to schedule the search. Fine. Okay, let me share one scenario to make it more clear. Suppose your Splunk gets data from three hosts A, B, and C. Now you can schedule the alert to search for events from the hosts every 5 hours or maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the requirement is. And then you can configure the alert to trigger if there are no search results from any of the hosts. Suppose your system is not capturing any data from host A. Fine. Then this alert will be triggered that from which host data is not coming, and then you can take action accordingly. Fine. Now let's try to understand real-time alert types. Real-time alerts search for events continuously in the background. They can be very useful in situations those are very critical to your business and where immediate monitoring and responses are required. Like in banking system, you can use real-time alerts that trigger once per result or within a specific rolling time window. So these are two types of triggering for real-time alerts. First is per result triggering. Per result triggering means per result alert. We can use this alert type. We use this alert type and triggering to search continuously for events and to receive notifications when events occur for every result, per result. For example, for some banking website, you want to be notified whenever any login failure occur. You can set up a real-time alert to search for failed login attempts. You choose per result trigger condition so that you can track every failed login attempt. Correct? Now, other alert triggering is rolling time window triggering. It is sometimes known as rolling window alert. This alert type and triggering are useful when a specific time window is an important part of the event patterns you are monitoring in real time. Fine. For example, you want a notification whenever a user has 3 failed logins within a 10-minute period. 3 failed logins within a 10-minute period. You will set up a real-time alert to search for failed logins and configure a rolling 10-minute time window. You can also throttle the alert so that it triggers only once in an hour for failed logins from the same user. We use throttling to suppress alert triggering for a specific time period. See, alerts can trigger frequently because of similar search results or scheduling. This will lead to n number of alerts in your system. That is why we throttle alerts. We'll understand this more when we do practical, so don't worry. I will cover this in our next video. Okay, like other knowledge objects, alerts also have permissions. Alerts are knowledge objects with defined permissions. User roles and capabilities determine what things you can do with alerts. By default, only users with the admin or power rules can create alerts and share alerts. Only authorized user can share an alert with the other app users by editing the alert permissions. When sharing an alert with a user without the admin or power role, the user needs permission to access the alerting feature. For example, a user needs the capability to run a real-time search in order to access real-time alert. Correct? Also, all the alerts are saved in saved searches.conf file. So if you want to see all the alerts in your system in the backend, you can go and search for this file, saved searches.conf file, and there you can see all the alerts. And even if you want to make any changes, you can go and directly do there also. Fine. Okay, don't worry, we will understand about alerts more when we do practical, and most probably I'll be sharing next video very soon. And in next video we will learn how to create an alert and various things which are associated with an alert. And till then, if you find this video useful, please like and share, and do not forget to subscribe the channel. And if you have any queries or concerns, please leave your message in the comment box, and